So my point is, if I'm making money with this, why would I represent a different brand? We're gonna build a company where it's gonna be built on integrity, hard work, discipline, no BS, no fluff. There's no reason to exaggerate anything.
Put on my shirt, rock it the entire way, having fun, laughing, dancing. I was in pain, but I was having fun.
Hey guys, welcome to the BYLD Network podcast. So in this podcast, we interview some of our top reps, some of our up and coming reps that are out there crushing it, that are out there following the system, and that we're very proud of. So today we have Mr. Roberto Robledo. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good, JC. Thank you. I'm super excited to be here today.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited that you're here too, brother.
Thank you.
I love the shirt, man.
Yes, sir. Got to rep all the time.
Representing. That's probably why you're getting some of the results that you're getting, man.
I hope so. Yes, sir. I'm always repping, whether it is wearing my hat, wearing my shirt, I'm always representing our company.
It's interesting that you say that because I recently took up pickleball, right? So I went to play the last 3 days in a row, by the way. That's the most days I've ever played pickleball in a row, but I went to play 3 days in a row. It's an addicting game. But 2 days ago, right? Not yesterday, but the day before yesterday. 3 days ago, I went and I had my Solar Hero shirt. So I saw this man playing that was really good and he kept winning. And then I go play a game, then I come back and I see him sitting down. I was like, oh, they finally took you out, huh? And he says, well, when you win 3 games in a row, you got to get out. I was like, oh, that's good. That means you're really good, bro. That's a good reason to be kicked out of the game. He's like, yeah, thanks. Then he reads my shirt. He says, oh, you're a solar guy. I said, yes, I am. He says, I'm an architect. Now in California, they ask us for solar, so I need a good solar guy. Do you have a card? I said, I normally don't, but I happen to have my wallet. I normally leave my wallet in the car. So I gave him my card. He says, I'm going to go ahead and contact you because I've got 3 projects right now that need solar. Representing, bro, always. I was at a birthday party years ago, like in 2021. And I had my Solar Hero shirts. It was a birthday party, a friend of mine birthday party at his house, right? It was a casual thing. So I had my Solar Hero shirt. This realtor says, hey, you do solar? I say, yeah. Give me your card. I'm interested in solar. Long story short, I sold him and his brother solar 2 cash deals. That guy paid for both deals, cash deals. So it pays to be representing, man. So
yeah, you got to represent your own brand.
That's right. And didn't you also run like a half marathon or a marathon wearing the Encore Solar?
I did. Yeah. So it's funny how that happened though. Running a marathon, it's always been a dream of mine. When I was in high school, I used to serve at mile 22 and I see all the energy, right? Everybody running. And I always said, I want to do a marathon. Make story short, I was getting ready for one and I was finally ready and I broke my knee. I literally broke my knee. Yes.
Oh, wow.
I fell off a ladder. I was doing some stuff at home.
Jeez.
Broke my knee. I couldn't do the marathon. My wife wanted to do the half marathon back in March and I had a torn pec, right? It had just happened maybe like 3 weeks before.
Yeah.
But I was excited. I was at home. I couldn't do anything. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the marathon with you. Put on my shirt, rock it the entire way, having fun, laughing, dancing, right? I was in pain, but I was having fun. I took a lot of business cards, and while I was running and dancing with everybody, I was just giving up my business cards.
Smart move, man.
Showing my shirt, asked me about solar. So just having fun with it.
That's awesome. And I tell people, look, there's always these stories, right, of people that get business. Like, you're talking about representing and promoting. I talked about 2 stories today. Don't think that because you're wearing a shirt, you're automatically going to get business, right? I wear them all the time. My philosophy is this. I don't wear a Nike shirt. You know why? Nike doesn't pay me. This shirt that I have on right now, it's an Express shirt. You know what I'm probably going to do to it? I'm probably going to take it and get an Encore Solar logo on it, right? But my point is, it's very rare that I'm wearing something that's not my brand. So I have my other podcast, Driven Not Given. I'll either have a Driven Not Given shirt or I have the Eat, Sleep, Build, Repeat shirt. Trust me, people ask. I already was playing pickleball again. Somebody said, hey, what is that? What is BYLD? And I told them, it's my company. It's a network marketing company. I don't mind saying straight up it's a network marketing company. So my point is, if I'm making money with this, why would I represent a different brand?
Sir.
Right? I'm going to represent this brand. Unless the brand is paying me, then, and guess what? People like you, like me, Encore Solar and BYLD Network is paying us, right?
Yes, sir.
So, but anyways, man, enough of pickleball and shirts. So the reason why we ask you to come on here, bro, is because you've been doing an amazing job. You had an amazing week last week or the week before that. And just in general, you just constantly have things going on. So before we get into what you've done recently, tell me a little bit in a couple of minutes, what you did before coming to work with BYLD.
I have always been a very driven person.
Okay.
Always doing different things, from helping my family with their family business. You know, we have a pumpkin patch and a Christmas tree lot. So, you know, always helping my parents with it ever since I came from Mexico.
Right.
Every single year. It doesn't matter what I'm doing or how I'm doing in life, I always go and help my parents, right? Just because I like to be active and busy.
Right.
From helping my wife with her, she has a little floral arrangement business. So I'm her delivery boy.
Yeah.
You know, driving her around to get tools, to get materials, right? Professionally, I have been in IT. I'm a senior IT consultant, and I've been doing that for over 17 years. I work for a large retail company with over 600 stores across North America. So I oversee the support for all 600 stores, US, Canada, and Mexico.
Very nice.
And so always very, very active. I always like to do something. I don't like staying home.
So it's not like sales or anything, right? It's IT
not
work.
sales at all.
See, that's a key question. The reason why I asked that is because you came in here guns blazing, bro. So like 2 weeks ago, approximately, you had 5 sales for the week. Okay, tell me about those 5 sales. What were those sales?
So there were 2 water cells. One was a whole water cell system that just got installed yesterday.
Nice.
The other one was for myself. We got a lot of shower heads for the house and for my mother, my in-laws. And then we had a friend of mine who asked me for a solar for his house and his parents. And then the commercial one, which is one that I'm very passionate about, is for a nonprofit that my wife and I serve under. Like my wife is the board of directors, and we just been able to bless that nonprofit with this project.
Nice.
It's a huge motivation for us.
So tell me about the solar project. How were you guys able to bless them? What do you mean when you say that?
So with the company that we're working with, commercial, right? It's this helps disenfranchised women, get their kids back from the system.
Wow.
Right. It gives them housing. It gives them jobs. It gives them get back into their feet. And so they have a second project called They Help Women, entrepreneur women, get their own businesses. Right?
Nice.
And so they're making a difference in the community. And it's something that I have a passion for and my wife has a passion for.
Yes.
So when we started putting the project together with our installer, because of the area, they're not only getting the 30% government tax credit, they're also getting credits for being a nonprofit. They're getting credits for being in a low income area. They're getting other credits that at the end of the day, just for the solar project, they were going to make money. Right. So just blessing them, just putting them in a position of saving money on their electrical bill and make money, right? They're not even investing on it. They were getting money. Now, because of that opportunity, the project extended to adding superchargers.
EV chargers.
EV chargers.
Nice.
Yeah, EV chargers. So they're adding some EV chargers, and it's turning into a larger project.
Right.
That at the end of the day is going to bring more visibility to the nonprofit. Is going to bring more visibility to the area.
Even probably some revenue stream.
Yeah.
Wow.
EV chargers. So that's what I'm saying, right? It's for me having a peace of mind that I'm providing a service for something that is very, very dear to me.
Wow. Powerful, man. So that week, 2 residential solar?
Yes.
You did 1 commercial solar and 2 water systems. One of them being the whole home water filtration system. That's beautiful, man. When I sold the first whole home water filtration system for the company, my buddy Fausto, shout out to Fausto, he texted me the day he got installed. By the way, he got installed around 3 p.m. He texted me like at 5 or 6. Hey, man, I've already showered 3 times because the water feels so good. And I'm like, wow. And he was on the ropes whether or not he wanted to get home security for his house because he had a different company. So then he was so happy that after he says he showered 3 times, he says, by the way, if I get the system, the security system, how soon can I be installed? I said, probably today, because he's in Long Beach. We have a lot of techs out there. So sure enough, he says, sign me up then. My wife called them, took the application, sold the deal. The same day that he got his water system installed, he got his home security system installed. Wow. So that's a testament, for example, similar to what you said, to a happy customer, guess what? They want to send you other business. That's also a testament to our business that we have more than one option to offer the homeowner. The homeowner needs solar. They need home security. They drink water, homeowner or not, they drink water. And we offer the most powerful system. So congrats, because you're doing something great for that nonprofit. You're bringing them more revenue, so it helps them do more good, right? And in return, you're probably going to get some referrals. You're certainly going to have some good favor for them. That's a beautiful thing about it. It's a win-win-win-win
Yes, sir.
situation. So that's an amazing week. I mean, listen, the average residential solar commission is about $7,000. You close 2 of them that week.
Yeah.
Commercial solar is even bigger. We're not even going to get into that. Then you got the water, the whole home water filtration system. That's a couple $1,000s, right? Then you have the other water sale, right? I mean, you had an amazing week.
Yes, sir.
And how long have you been in this business?
I started back in April. I think it was like the second week of April.
So April to October, you're talking about 6 months. So in 6 months, you had no network marketing experience. You had no solar experience.
Nope.
And you're doing as good as you're doing. You're also building a team. You're constantly doing events. You're introducing people to the opportunity, showing people how to open up a high ticket brokerage, because that's what we are. Sure. You know, you have a solar brokerage division, home security brokerage, water division, commercial solar. So people see the value in, starting a high ticket brokerage. And what's impressive about you and your wife, right, is that you guys work together. Tell me the dynamic. How important would you say it is to have a spouse that is supportive?
You know, hands down, is having someone that has your back is the main thing to someone's success.
Right.
My wife and I got married very young. She was 21, I was 22, 2008. We got married in January. I bought my first house in May. We had our baby in July, right? So 2008 was a big year for us. But if you remember, back in 2008, there was recession going on, right? Foreclosure homes, people were losing their jobs, right? So my wife has stuck with me through thick and thin, right? Having her support means everything to me.
Yes.
Right? From helping me, not just financially, but mentally, right? Being my rock.
Absolutely.
Being my support for whatever you need, right? Because it's tough, it's hard.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes things are not going the way you want to, and you need somebody to talk to, right?
That's right.
My wife has always, whether
That's
it's
awesome.
mentally, whether it's, helping me, with the bills, splitting duties, right? So just last week, Wednesday, I had a business presentation at our office in Rancho, and my kids had a concert.
Yeah.
So we had to split, right? So
Sure.
she went with the kids. I stayed, run the. So just having each other's back. Like
I love it.
Always there for me.
And I understand that, right? Because my wife and I, that's a power couple. My wife and I are also a power couple, and we split the responsibilities. And I know that my wife has the kids taken care of at home while I could take care of business. But tomorrow, my wife has a lead from her. She does this like HIIT fitness, right? So it's, and she stays in shape. She works out like 5 days a week, and she meets people there. They're homeowners. Tomorrow at 1:00, we have a meeting with the referral of the owner. It's her brother. We're going to sell them a solar system tomorrow. We're very confident. We have the proposal ready. It makes sense. So we're going to both go tomorrow in person to go and do that. And sometimes, yes, I'm doing a meeting and she's taking care of the kids. So that's a beautiful thing. And you and your wife certainly are a power couple.
Thank you.
And, one thing I tell people is this. You don't necessarily have to recruit your spouse, but introduce them to the business so they can see the bigger vision and say, you know what, I get what you're doing. It may not be for me, but I'm going to support you. I understand that some days you might go to, for example, we have an event next weekend here in California. Some of these people a lot of people are flying into California. Yes, so those spouses that see the big vision say, hey, I understand what you're doing, Robert. Go do your thing, right? I support you. But if you never introduce them and they never get to at least see the big picture, then the chances of them being supportive is not as good.
Correct.
Does that make sense? So no, that's awesome. So what is it, what can you tell us in a minute or two on what drew you to come and work with BYLD Network and Encore Solar?
So, the compensation is great. By far, one of the best ones out there. Again, my wife, she's a very smart woman. She's been in the financial industry for over 20 years.
Wow.
And, when we saw the presentation back in February, right, and we saw the comp plan, and, we talked about it, and we're like, what, is this for real, right?
Right.
So we broke it down, and she's like, yeah, this is by far anything that I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Right? But more importantly, it's the leaders, right? Such as yourself, such Wences. I know Wences for a very long time.
Right.
I know the type of person that he is. So I trust him 100%.
Correct.
Right. And so for me, that was the biggest thing, right? If I'm going to go in and do something like this, I want to make sure that I trust the person that is leading us. So many other reasons, right? Some personal reasons. My son and I were diagnosed with a heart disease 2 years ago.
Oh.
It's called long QT syndrome.
Okay.
Right. And so we went through a lot of medical bills, right? And so, we needed to make a little bit extra money.
Sure.
But like I said, it's many different reasons. The main one being our leaders.
Yeah.
People
makes
that
sense.
I just met you a couple months ago, but just knowing the person that you are, the type of husband, the type of father that you are, for me, that's what drives me.
Yeah. I appreciate that, first of all. And it is very true that we attract our tribe, right? I tell people, look, we're going to build a company where it's going to be built on integrity, hard work, discipline, no BS, no fluff. There's no reason to exaggerate anything. The results of the products, the money being made, you shouldn't do that anyways. And we will, and in doing that, we will attract the right people to the company. We might get a couple of the bad apples, so to speak, that get in, but they won't last because they're going to see like, oh, this is not the culture that I could get away with doing the stuff I could get away with in other companies, right? So appreciate that. So in wrapping this up, Roberto, what is some piece of advice that you could give new people getting started with BYLD and Encore Solar?
Quite frankly, if you can get somebody like me, right, no experience in solar, no experience in network marketing, right? If you can get somebody like me to be able to follow a process that is simple and duplicatable, right? My best advice is be a listener, be a good listener, be a good student, right? Dedicate time, do what your mentors are asking you to do because they're asking you to do it for a reason.
Right.
Listen to your leaders. I always watch your videos. Every time you speak, I record you. I take notes, right? Every time I see any one of our leaders speak, I always study our leaders, right? So I'm always a student. I'm always trying to learn new things. The process that you guys have put in place, it's, like I said, if you can teach somebody like me with no experience to be able to do the things that I'm doing, selling solar for residential, closing deals in commercial, water filtration, right? Anybody can do it.
Yes,
Quite
yes.
frankly.
I love it, man. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, right? The system is so important. So now I will say this. The system is there in place and it works.
Yes, sir.
However, you have to work it and you work it. You're doing the networking. You're on the trainings. You're not just on the trainings like we just had a Super Saturday. You were sitting in the front row. You're taking notes and you're recording, bro. Like you're a serious student of the game. So what I say very often, most people don't know what it takes to win. Even if you tell them, here's what it takes to win, they're just not willing to. So I believe anybody can be successful in this business, but most people are not willing to do what it takes to win. And they're not willing to do it long enough. And that's one thing I see about you. So it's we're very grateful to have you.
Thank you.
And I know that we're going to have more of these conversations, more of these podcasts. We'll have another longer podcast because that's the system that we've built. So I appreciate you coming on the podcast, my brother.
Thank you so much.
All right, man.
Thank you, JC.
Good job, bro.